Hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Pater with you this evening. Had not planned to film a video today. I was going to chew on this subject for, a couple days, a day or two, because I really want to give you the right information. But I watched another video by another fellow YouTuber, which you need to go over to their channel and subscribe and check out their videos. Deep South Homestead, Uncle Danny did a video today on his porch time talking about what just happened. And I'm going to tell you what, he brings it home. I don't expect anything less, really. But he really brought it home. So I got really motivated in listening to him talk, because I really get excited to hear and to see people that aren't afraid to speak the truth. They put themselves out there. Starry does it. Danny and Wanda are really doing it. Doesn't matter how scary the topic is to a lot of people. They've got guts, man. They're putting it out there. So we were coming home. I had some free Wi-Fi because we had to go pick up some tools. That's why I got to watch the video. I was like, oh yeah, So, and then we came home, and I told James, I told my husband, I said, I've been debating. We were actually talking about me filming this video, the subject I'm about to talk about. And I just got really pumped up because, you need to be told the truth. So in my homesteading group, I have been asked the question by a lot of women about Israeli Krav Maga, the importance of it, how hard is it to train, and the close proximity. Ladies, I'm going to just let it loose. You need to get over real fast, okay? You need to get over the whole idea of being treated like a snowflake. Okay? It's okay for you to defend yourself. And in order to be able to properly defend yourself, you're going to have to go through some training and go through some experiences with your training that you probably have never even been able to imagine. Okay? The main question that I got today was asking me, will you be in close proximity? Well, I'm only going to talk about my training. I trained with one particular school in Knoxville, Tennessee. Some folks overseas were asking me about my training. You can look up Premier Martial Arts, okay? And there's multiple schools. Multiple schools. You can Google it and go crazy. So I went through their entire program. It was a very respectful series of classes over the years, but it's kind of like you should know what to expect. If you are a victim of a crime, ladies, I'm talking to the ladies, let's be honest, somebody's going to drag you in a car and take you to a secondary location and do things to you that we don't even want to discuss on YouTube, and you'll be lucky to make it out alive. A lot of women, unfortunately, have had this happen to them, and most of them didn't make it, right? Okay. So the whole notion of all of these things, you need to understand that you are going to be fighting to the death. In order to train for a fighting to the death scenario, you are going to have to be very close to a lot of people for a lot of different scenarios, okay? If you have limitations in terms of your mobility, I've got this question from a gentleman. If you have something that's, maybe you've had surgery on a shoulder or whatever, talk to your instructor and tell them what your limitations are. Just because maybe you're limited on doing a round kick because of a knee surgery or whatever. Not everybody can do a crescent kick, okay? Kicking over the head or doing all these different things or whatever, okay? But a lot of people can be taught how to get out of basic hostage situations, being choked. A lot of times women are choked. Okay, most of you out there, I have a very strong feeling, a couple hours of training and a couple of good techniques will probably get you out of a chokehold, hopefully. Okay, remember the goal here is to minimize the odds of being a victim and how much you are victimized. Krav Maga is not about getting in the ring and going, at it constantly. It is about being able to get out of a scenario, and fast. That's why I tell you to go watch Danny's video, because it's talking about the reality of what is going to be happening possibly to you, or how you're going to respond in a scenario after it happens. Are you going to be calm, or are you going to panic? Do you have the training and instinct and skill sets in order to do that? So I encourage every man, woman, and child out there to look into self-defense classes. What I really want to say to you gals out there is, do you want me to be sweet, or you want me to just pour the vinegar on you? I'm going to pour the vinegar. Get over it. Get over it. Defending yourself, defending your children, is not a lighthearted, simple subject that we're going to sip Earl Grey tea over. Your husband is not always going to be there to defend you. Very harsh realities in this household of the health of my husband. Okay? Driving a little fast there, aren't we? But the fact of the matter is ladies, look at history and understand that there's a lot of women that have had to go on and do and defend without the help of a partner that is, you know, a big, strong, buff man. He may not always be there. You may be victimized when he's at work. He may be on a business trip. What if you're just going somewhere to pick up the kids and he's staying home to clean the barn? What if somebody comes into your house? What if you're in a crisis situation that your husband doesn't make it out of? We could talk about 100 scenarios. You have to learn to defend yourself. And it is an ugly situation. Okay? It is a scary situation. Nobody's doing you any favors by talking about self-defense or preparedness or all kinds of different scenarios if they only tell you half-truth because they're afraid of hurting your feelings or scaring you. They're not doing you any favors at all. And you're not doing yourself a favor if you expect those people to do those things as well. You need to be told the truth. Now, no one can imagine exactly any scenario that could possibly happen to anybody at any given time. As Danny says, you have to always think of the worst possible scenarios and be willing to train yourself in those possible scenarios. So I encourage you to look into classes. I encourage you to go and watch. You need to communicate with the instructors. Discuss with them your concerns. Discuss with them your goals. They're there to help you. Yeah, they're making a living. But folks, these typically men, I had one instructor that was a female. Do not get in a rumble with her. Holy moly. She fought harder because she was a girl. And boy, she's good at it. So I'm just telling you, don't not face potential realities because it's scary. Get scared. Fear is a huge motivator. Okay? Be willing to go through all those emotions and the motions and everything involved. You're going to be in close proximity with somebody. Somebody asked me, how did I get over it? I'm going to tell you how I got over it, and then I'll break. Early on in my Krav Maga training, I went to a really big seminar. There was probably 50 or 60 men there. They had flown in some incredible instructors, one from LA and one from the Boston area, and all of the instructors went, and any student was welcome to come. Me and one other female showed up with all these men. So we were used as a guinea pig from time to time in some scenarios because we were females, and that's good. And just absolute gentlemen, okay? But they want to be a service to you in saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. So they came over and they said, okay, we're going to do a scenario where, you know, we want you to understand what's going to happen to you first if you agree to do this. And of course, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And he's like, no, I'm really serious. I want to, I'm going to hit you. I'm going to slap you. I'm not going to hit you. I'm going to slap you really hard. And I'm going to say some unpleasant things to you. In fact, I'm going to cuss you. And I'm going to drag you because we're going to mock me taking you from point A to point B. And I said, okay. Before I could finish the K part of the okay, I was slapped so hard broadside, just, okay? And before I could even think, I was being talked to like I've never been talked to. I mean, point blank, drills. I would say drill sergeant, but I mean, I was being cussed and dragged and all of these things. And the goal, and the other is like, fight. You gotta fight. You gotta fight them. And then it ends. And there I sit knowing I just got taken from point A to point B. I just got taken from point A and I've got stuffed in a trunk because that's the goal. Get in the car. Get in the car. Because when you get in the car and you're taken to point B, your chance of survival goes down less than 3%. Another life-changing event in my training, which was later, was going through mock scenarios where the training was more intense, but it was involving all kinds of mock scenarios, so you're just constant stress. You're being picked up, you're being choked, and you got to go through the motions of getting out of all of these things. And the final scenario is, oh, we have your kid. Over there, he has your kid. What are you going to do about it? I've never experienced either one of those two things in real life, and I pray to God I never do. But it made me realize how incredibly difficult it is to even fight through a mock scenario and how much harder I have to train. And I better get over all of my issues in terms of close proximity, sweat, blood, and tears, because if I am ever placed in a scenario that I have to quickly react to defend myself or my kid, game is on. And the geese are migrating. I hope this video finds you well. I hope it gives you the answer that you are looking for and the motivation that you need. If it scares you, good. You need to be scared. There's a lot of scary things that are going on, and there's a lot of scary scenarios that happen to people every single day. Don't be that person. Make it out. Thank you, Deep South Homestead, for continuing to bring realism to the folks on the channels. Okay, they need to hear it. Excellent video. Thank you for supporting us here at Appalachia's Homestead. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out our other videos and check us out on Pinterest and Instagram and Facebook and all of that. And I hope you check out all of the cool things that are coming to the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference next May. Lots more coming. I think you're really going to like it. Ladies, go get trained. You need it. We'll talk to you soon. Y'all take care out there.